I think I got off easy telling my kids stories. They loved them. I made them up on the fly and they worked. Problem is, they weren't very well put together, apparently. I think that my experience writing Touch at first was easy because it was like telling my kids the stories that I used to tell them when they were going to bed, except I was doing it with my fingers, typing it in. But then every time I come back to it, it's like I realize there's something that's not there, something else that I can see that would make it better, more coherent, more expressive, something that can resonate better with an audience. I think this last week, after I shot that montage video, I didn't even go back and look at it. I met with Jefferson and Darce and took a look at it. And they kind of realized, they could see it. It was easy. There's something missing. What was the central theme, the thread? And in talking through it, I realized that there's still a larger thread that I still am trying to figure out for this first episode. And I think I'm starting to understand it. I think that Travis is the central character of the episode, but I don't think I've written like he is all the time. I think that Kent is kind of a secondary character, and I think he's actually, in a weird way, Travis's mentor or guide in the big story arc. And I'm going to have to go back and figure that a little more, think about how that plays out. Because I don't think Kent means to be the mentor. I don't think he realizes it, but he's also got a secret, and he's also trying to save the world, or at least make the lives of the people he loves better. And ultimately, that's what Travis chooses to do in that first season. So what I left my conversation with Darce and Jefferson with was, I need to take a step back, again, take a step back, and think about this from the high level. I've been struggling with that lately, though, because work has been really stressful, and I think that when I'm under stress, being creative is hard. Instead of thinking about the creative challenges of my story, I end up just being flooded in my head with all the other things that I'm worried about or thinking about or need to address or to do. And that's a challenge for me. I think when I was just typing out whatever popped into my head and calling it a story, it was okay. It was a way to hide from that. But now I'm actually trying to do the work and make something better. And I'm still enjoying the process, but I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make the space for myself to think through things and do that storytelling. I keep setting deadlines for myself. I keep thinking about, I want to shoot this by X date. And at this point I realize that's just pie in the sky. The real goal that I need to keep working towards is getting this first episode written and polished to a place where I feel good about it, and the people that read it feel good about it. Right now I've got the end of the year hanging over me as my nice to have for this rewrite, first draft of the rewrite, I guess. But it's hard to say exactly when a draft is done or when a rewrite is done because it's so iterative. And that first act, I wrote it and revisited it, and then I write the second act, and now I'm like, I need to go back and tweak the first act. It's a process of refinement, for sure. And I guess I need to come to terms with that and add some intentionality around making the space to give it the treatment it deserves. I don't have an update beyond that today. Maybe I'll take a little courage from my pep talk to myself here. As always, thank you for tuning into Bootstrap Cinema, where we don't know what we're doing, but we keep trying. Eventually we do it anyway.